Hey guys, so it's a bit of a lazy Tuesday afternoon here in Australia. New pickup. I have been looking forward to checking this one out since I heard about its inception. The original Guillermo Del Toro classic is an absolute joy to behold. It's one of my favorite movies and it looks absolutely astonishing on the 4K HDR. It's one of those reference quality discs. It just sparkles. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this one looks like. I've heard good things. I hear it scrubs up really well. Filmed very close to where I live, so I'm kind of excited to see if I can recognize any of the locations. One of my fiance's friends went on a date with this dude, so that's cool. Scott Eastwood. He also got himself in a bit of trouble locally. He went to a watering hole where there's like a waterfall or a bridge, and the local council really encourages people to not jump off this thing and go for a swim because it's dangerous, but apparently, you know, he did. Naughty boy. Anyway guys, so about to go throw this on, quickly make myself some lunch real quick too because I'm friggin' starving. Put this on and I'll have a review up straight after. Hey guys, so I just finished watching Pacific Rim Uprising, starring John Boyega, Scott Eastwood, Kaylee Spaney, Bern Gorman, Charlie Day, and Rinko Kikuchi, directed by Stephen S. DeKnight, who also has got directing credits in Dollhouse, Angel, Smallville, and Daredevil. So I have seen this guy's work before. This is his first feature film, and yeah, it's not as good as that original film directed by Guillermo Del Toro back in 2013. That one is just a masterpiece of monster versus robot action. I love that film. It is awesome. So this follow-up, which took 5 years to get made, filmed locally, which is really cool. Yeah, it's not as good as the original. That one was just amazing fun. This one is fun, but it's definitely missing some of that magic that Del Toro brings to his movies. He often brings like a fairy tale quality to his films and really great character development and just a real sense of wonder. So that is definitely missing this time around. We are all about the kaiju and the Jaeger once again. Without that little spark of something extra, the little character nods that we love, it has become kind of, and I hate to say it, a little bit Transformer-ish. Kaiju in disguise. No spoilers. Yeah, like, it was fun. It was definitely spectacle. This would have looked great on the big screen, yes. The Jaeger versus the kaiju action, it was amazing. The Jaeger versus Jaeger action was amazing. The special effects are on point. This looked sick. The destruction in the cities was amazing. It was really fun seeing Sydney get destroyed, being my hometown. Well, they're not cool though, guys. Just in you know, movie land only. Yeah, the action sequences were amazing and they look gorgeous on the 4K HDR. Not even a question. This movie is pretty. The HDR elements are all through this film. Even the Universal logo and the legendary pictures opening at the beginning have got a lot of like neon text overlay and it looked astonishing in the HDR. The Jaegers themselves, gorgeous. The kaiju with all their weird blue blood, amazing. The city destruction, everything is beautiful. That is not a problem at all. The 4K, gorgeous. But where the movie just comes unstuck a little bit is just the story. I mean, John Boyega and Scott Eastwood do a really good job in their roles. John Boyega is very charismatic. He's letting go of the Finn character for a little while and doing something new. His role in this is good. He does kind of keep the movie interesting for the most part, but the story is just a little lacking in this one. Whereas in that first movie, the Jaeger pilots were really interesting and their story behind the scenes and how they were getting along with each other, their camaraderie, their rivalry was all really part of a showcase of the story. And the way they come together in the Jaeger was kind of like, it was really well done. And this one is just kind of like really, well, the characters, you don't really get to know them too well, apart from Amara, played by Kaylee Spaney. She's the cadet, so she kind of gets most of the screen time as opposed to her other teammates. You kind of just get the cursory introductions of the other team, and then that's pretty much it. The Jaeger design was cool. Each one of the Jaegers did have a bit of a personality, different colors, different weaponry, but I was really feeling a strong Transformers influence though. And also the kaiju, when they did turn up, there was 3 of them, and then something happened. I don't want to give away too much of the plot, but the 3 kaiju do merge and become one, which at the time was really muddy and not really clear as to what was happening. So when the big mega kaiju did eventually appear, I was kind of like, oh, okay, I see what those little robot sperm things were doing. Watch the movie, you'll see. But that was the other thing. In the original Pacific Rim, the kaiju were amazing. Each one of those monsters had their own personality. They had some screen time and some presence. So you got to kind of know them, and kind of, the smackdown when it occurred in that movie was just so much fun. And this one, it was kind of very generic. You didn't really get to spend a lot of time with the kaiju. So when they did appear, it was just kind of very generic. And, the action was great, but it was just like, you kind of were a little bit detached. Well, I was anyway. I didn't kind of get fully invested in the story. So yeah, the spectacle was on point. The 4K HDR was on point. The performances, generally, especially by Jaeger, was amazing. The returning Charlie Day and Bern Gorman from the original film. Charlie Day in that first film, I could not stand him. I thought he was cranking it out at 11 when he should have been reining it in at 8. He was just so over the top in that film. He was one of the things I didn't really like about that movie. In this one, he has cranked it down a little bit, but his character does take a really, bit of a turn, bit of a twist. Yeah, I didn't really buy it too much. And Bern Gorman as Herman Gottlieb, he was there. That was the movie. It was okay. Giving it a rating out of 10. Pacific Rim Uprising, I'm going to give it a solid 6.5. It killed an afternoon, but it's not one I'm really going to dive into and watch again. The original one, yes, I've got it on the 4K HDR and 3D. I've yet to check out the 3D version, so I'll definitely put those on again before I watch this one. If there's going to be a part 3, I'm curious as to see what they're going to do with it. They did kind of explain a new plot point for that 3rd film, if it happens. Yeah, I just hope Guillermo Del Toro comes back in like some bigger capacity rather than just producer. He was off making The Shape of Water during this one. Having him behind the director's chair is always going to be something special about his movies. So that one was enjoyable to a degree. But I'm not here to talk about that one. I'm talking about Pacific Rim Uprising. And yeah, it was okay. It was just moderate. The biggest kick for me is just having it filmed in my local hometown. I think I just saw a little bit of Cronulla Beach in there. It was at the beginning. Whole story is about after the war, that specific war in the first movie has ended. The kaiju are no longer around, so we have got the Jaegers, which are pretty much scrap metal everywhere, all over the decimated coastal areas where the fights did happen, the battles between the Jaeger and the kaiju. And we've got a lot of scavengers who are running around pillaging and stealing stuff from these downed Jaegers so that they can sell them for scrap. They get a lot of money for these things, and in the case of Amara, build your own Jaeger, which is pretty cool, I guess, but feels like a lot of story elements they could have embellished on a little bit in this, but they didn't. But anyway, it was okay. Do I recommend you watch it? Yeah, check it out. But if you got a choice between that first one and the second one, definitely take the first one. I guess it'd be a good, 1-2 afternoon. If you want to put one on and do the other one back to back, that should be fine. But that first one definitely is a lot better than the second. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking into my channel. That was my review on Pacific Rim Uprising. Have you seen it? What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Please throw me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Let's see it absorb this.
I think I could get used to this.